ಬಾಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕೊಂಬಿಡಿಂದ Om. This is a piece of the Veda mantra from Atharva 5.11.9. 5.11.9. yujyO me saptapadaH yujyO me saptapadaH sakhaasi. yujyO me saptapadaH sakhaasi. yujir yOgE. padaH padagatau. sakhaasi samanakhyano bhavati kya prakathane. That we have seen already. Sapta here refers to a number 7. Elsewhere, we have got another piece of the mantra which is almost similar to this. Yujyaste saptapadaH sakhaasmi. Yujyaste saptapadaH sakhaasmi. That yujyaste saptapadaH sakhaasmi is in first person or Uttama Purusha. This one, yujyO me saptapadaH sakhaasi, in second person or Madhyama Purusha. But the meaning of both is the same. It says, after taking 7 steps together, you have become my friend, I have become your friend. Sakhaasi, you have become my friend. Sakhaasmi, I have become your friend. When I speak of the 7 steps, I am sure I got the clue where it is used. It's in a marriage. It's in a marriage. Saptapadi. That's the essence of the whole marriage. We got so many rituals in the marriage rite, vivaha sanskaara. But this is the acme, top. It comes first in the vivaha sanskaara, Saptapadi. Highest. That's got the highest importance. And it says, only after taking the 7 steps together, they are declared husband and wife. In other religions, so just for example, Christianity, the father, the head of the church, will ask, are you ready to take this person as your husband? Are you ready to take him or as your husband, take her as your wife? They say, okay, fine. Then he says, I declare you man and wife. Until the head of the church declares them as husband and wife, they will not become husband and wife. We need a third agency which declares them as husband and wife. But here, they themselves, after taking 7 steps together, they become husband and wife. But of course, they do it voluntarily, on their own, in the presence of not many people as witnesses. So I discussed sufficiently about these 7 steps. I'll just rush through. Isha ekapadi bhava. Isha ekapadi bhava. So Isha means willpower. Isha also means food. For willpower, we take the first step. For food, we take the first step. And the food what we earn is not just for us, but for people in the other ashramas also. We are in the Grihastha ashrama, Brahmacharya ashrama, Vanaprastha ashrama, and Sannyasa ashrama. They depend on us. We take care of, we cater to their mundane needs. Isha ekapadi bhava. Urje dvipadi bhava. Urjas is health. When I say health, it doesn't mean only physical health. It is physical health, mental health, and spiritual health. And indirectly the social health. Rayas poshaya tripadi bhava. Raya is wealth. Rayas poshaya, the wealth which really nourishes. Only the wealth earned in the right way can nourish us. Rayas poshaya tripadi bhava. Mayo bhavyaya chatushpadi bhava. Mayo bhava is happiness. Now this happiness is not an external product, external factor, but it is to be manufactured, created in us. And the raw material for creating this happiness is contentment. Contentment. If you are content, if you are contented, yes, we will be happy. At what level is our contentment is immaterial here. I may have very little, still if I am contented, I can be happy. I may have all the wealth in this world and I am not contented, I am unhappy. It's as simple as it's not the volume of the things we have, but it is real contentment about it is the cause for happiness. Prajabhyaha panchapadi bhava. To beget good and healthy and knowledgeable, intelligent children. Why all those things? Pra is there, therefore it is there. Ja is to beget children. Praja is to beget good children. Praja is to get worthy children. Praja means to beget noble children. And pra means makes it exemplary, make it the best. In the best way possible, we shall bear children. Praja. Prajabhyaha panchapadi bhava. Ritubhyaha shatpadi bhava. For discipline, for a balanced life, we take the 6th step. And 7th one is this. YujyO me saptapadaH sakhaasi. Upon that it says sakha saptapadi bhava. Sakha saptapadi bhava. For friendship, we should take the 7th step. Saptapadi is the core of vivaha sanskaara. In that saptapadi, the ultimate is the 7th one. Until the 7th step is taken together with understanding, they never are declared as husband and wife. They are never understood as husband and wife. They become husband and wife. Till that time, they'll be the bride and the groom. Bride and the groom is different from husband and wife. The coming together of the two to become husband and wife is complete after taking the 7th step. Because friendship is a great thing. Friendship happens only between two equals. So equality between husband and wife in the family happens automatically once they understand the 7th step. It's not a climb. It's not a charity. It's not a fight for equality, as in case of woman lib. It's not so. It's not so. It's mutual understanding, mutual respect, voluntarily. Both understand, both behave like that, both live like that. Equality. Then it also means accepting the other person as they are and working for mutual improvement. That's the next step. But the first step is accepting each one as they are. It's very important because every person is a bundle of strengths and weaknesses. We have our own strengths, we have our own weaknesses. We cannot separate the two and take the person only with their strengths. It's not possible. It's a package deal. Once we take the positive things, along with that, so many negative things also come in. You accept it. Accept, okay, fine. It's like that. We cannot segregate or separate them and take only the one. No. We accept the person as they are, with their positives and negatives. In future, to increase the positive factors and reduce the negative factors, that is the next process. But the starting point for that is, the benchmark is to accept them as they are. That is friendship. We don't grumble about the negativities, we accept it. Then try to improve. How? In friendship. Then friendship means accommodation. Apart from this, in addition to this, accommodation. We accommodate the other person in our life. We give a place for them. We give a place for them in our hearts. We take that place. And it's so intimate. It is so intimate that nobody else can take that place. It's such a special place for them. Accommodate them in our hearts. Mutual, once again. That is friendship. This friendship is totally different from the other friendships what we know. Other friendships also, there is some question of equality, there is some accommodation. But here, it's a special one because they share their lives at all the three levels: physical, mental, and spiritual. But in all other friendships and relationships, that physical element is missing. You may share the mental status or the spiritual, but not physical. Sometimes some people have the physical sharing, but mental and spiritual is missing. Either way, it is not complete, it is incomplete. Sharing all the three, at all the three levels, with the same person makes them husband and wife, and there is a peculiar, special and unique relationship. Physical sharing, mental sharing, spiritual sharing. Accommodating them. Then sacrifice. For the sake of the happiness of the other person, one person sacrifices. Okay, it's all right. I will leave it. You take it and be happy. Now, once again, this is not one way. Once again, this is not one way, it's two way. Husband sacrifices for the wife, wife sacrifices for the husband. And somewhere they strike a balance. Okay, as a friend, I don't advise you to sacrifice everything for my sake. What to do? Okay, we'll adjust, we'll cooperate, and I will sacrifice up to this level, you sacrifice up to this level. It's a very, very congenial, friendly agreement. Nothing is demanded by any other person. I give up voluntarily. And they strike a balance, and both are equally happy at that point of balance. Their love towards each other, their respect, towards each other is not at stake. Strike a balance and move ahead, hand in hand. Each one wants to improve themselves. First, as a package, they accept their positives and negatives. Now they start moving towards a common goal and improvise each other, and each support one another to improvise. Okay, go ahead. You do this sadhana. I'm with you. Suppose while doing this sadhana, if you fall, don't worry, I'm there to hold you. In the same way, I shall proceed in this way to improvise myself. And you are always there, I know, as my support. Now this mutual support and mutual motivation and mutual sadhana is a part of that friendship. Now this is mainly on the spiritual level, and of course the intellectual level too. Each one is interested in doing that sadhana, in pursuing a higher goal, and the other person will always be there to fall back, to be there. The person will support always. And this is voluntary. I'm specifying or stressing that word voluntary. It's not demanded. It's given voluntarily. And all this is done, we say the person loves the other person. Love is not just infatuation. Love is not just physical attraction. Love is something beyond that. It is a journey together till the end of the life. Jaradashtiyaha. That's one of the words what they use in this vivaha sanskaara. We shall be friends and move together till our old age. Absolutely, there is no concept of divorce at all. Divorce is incapacity to adjust, failure to accommodate, failure in accepting both positives and negatives together. Not only in this conjugal relationship, elsewhere also you have to accommodate, you have to accept so many negatives with other people also, in other relationships also. And we are doing it, we are not to do it here. To pursue it in one relationship is the best, rather than trying to do it in different relationships, being unfaithful to this relationship. It's very dangerous and it will never be successful. So all these things come here under this yujyO me saptapadaH sakhaasi, or yujyaste saptapadaH sakhaasmi, both mean the same thing. Now only those people who follow these principles and guidelines can experience the best comfort, best happiness in the conjugal relationship, in grihastha. So what is it they utter? Dhanyo grihastha. It's not a Vedic word. But they say, Dhanyo grihastha. Dhanyaha is the best. They experience the best in grihastha. If something goes amiss, if things are not fine, Dhik grihastha. That's what happens. Go to grihastha. It is the worst experience what you can have. But to make it the worst or the best, definitely is in the hands of the partners, husband and wife. Both are involved to make it the best or to make it the worst. It's not that one person spoils it, no. It's a joint venture. It's a partnership. Both have to work together and contribute their might to make it the best. If they fail, they make it the worst. The same thing could be a best experience, the same could be a worst experience. It depends upon how well they understand this relationship, how well they understand this joint venture, how well they understand this partnership, and how well they understand the meaning of the word sakha, friendship. This is very much approved and guidelines are given in the Vedas. Very much. One simple and beautiful ideology that is given, the goal given is, we shall live together as though Samapo Hridayani now. Samapo Hridayani now. I'll get the address later. Samapo Hridayani now. Let our two hearts become so harmonious as two waters mixed together in one common vessel. Apaha. Samapo Hridayani now. Say, take water in 2 tumblers. Take another vessel. Put both waters into that vessel. Now both mix so harmoniously that it will be impossible for us to segregate the 2 waters as coming the first tumbler or the second tumbler. First glass or the second glass. We will not be able to segregate. They become so harmonious and they become one in all respects. Samapo Hridayani. That is symbol they give for the meeting of 2 hearts. So when this is understood and practiced, yes, that grihastha ashrama is the best and that gives both partners a lot of happiness, comfort, and peace of mind. So it is something to be achieved. Now this level cannot be achieved by any single person without getting into wedlock. It's very difficult. They cannot achieve it because we as human beings need one friend at least to carry on and so close to our heart. It gives a lot of comfort. Now everything said and done, this relationship is only for a long time and not forever. This relationship is definitely for a long time. Jaradashtiyaha, fine. But not forever. Because at one point or the other, this relationship is lost when the death sets in. At least up to that point of time, we can live together, we can cooperate and enjoy this life and be happy. And children are the best, the noble, they become praja because they are out of such a wedlock, a happy wedlock. If the parents themselves are not happy, friendly to one another, of course, even then children may take birth, but it will be mechanical and animal-like and not of good quality. Rajabhya panchapadi bhava. Let us beget good children. And that is possible only they achieve that friendship. Otherwise, they will be just children, not children of quality. Now, everything said and done, I was telling, the relationship is for a long time, not forever. This also you have to understand. So to understand that this relationship is not forever, but at a certain period, yes, we try to make the best of that relationship. That motivates us to get the best out of this relationship. Now that makes this friendship stronger. That makes this bondage of friendship stronger, purer, faithful.
Sharma, this question.
Yes, please.
yujyO root yujir yOgE.
No, your voice is breaking.
Yujir yOgE.
Yujir yOgE. Together, togetherness. Togetherness. Together we take 7 steps. And at the end of the 7th step, we become good friends. So whatever earlier steps they have taken together, it is a common understanding between the two. Both feel the same way. And they work as goals to be achieved for both. And neither of them has set the goal. Not the husband setting the goal for the wife or the wife setting the goal for the husband. The goals are set by the truth, the values, the human values, and both of them accept it and take that common path.
And second question is, for
Second?
second question, for sakha, one root is kha. Kya?
Kha Pane.
Ah,
Sakha is samana khyano bhavati. Both are called by the same name. Both are called in the same way because they are friends, because they are equal here in this case. And between Satchit and Satchidananda, both are called as Atma, Atman. One is Jivatma, another is Paramatma, but Atma is common. So on that point, both of them are called as Sakha, they are friends. They are called the same way, Satchit and Satchidananda. I was telling about the relationship. This relationship between husband and wife is for a long time, but not forever. It's not eternal. Because one day, it will break up. Because this whole relationship, though it has got 3 dimensions, physical, mental, and spiritual, the relationship is because of their physical intimacy. Once that physic, the Sharira Indriya Manas is gone, the relationship between the 2 souls is gone. The relationship between 2 souls has come to stay because of this Sharira Indriya Manas. In the absence of it, there is no relation between the 2 Atmas. Then a question comes, is there not any relationship which is eternal? This is for a long time, relatively long time. But can there be a relationship which is eternal? Now the answer is in the next piece of the Veda mantra. It says 5:11:11, Atharva. 5:11:11. Sakha no asi, Sakha no asi, paramam cha bandhuhu. Sakha no asi, paramam cha bandhuhu. Sakha no asi, paramam cha bandhuhu. You are our Sakha and you are our Bandhu relative. And it's not just Sakha, just Bandhu, it is Paramam Sakha, Paramam Bandhu. The ultimate, the best friend, the best relative. Badhi Bandhane, that's the root. Badhi Bandhane, that has bound us. And who is that you? That's nothing but Satchidananda. The relationship with Satchidananda is eternal. In any Sharira Indriya Manas, anywhere, anytime, the relationship between the Satchit and the Satchidananda continues. It never gets severed. It never gets cut. It's an eternal relationship. The eternal relationship is between Satchit and Satchidananda. And in one human life, the longest and the best relationship is between the husband and the wife. That takes the second place. All other friendships take the next levels, 3rd, 4th, 5th, etc. As I told you, the relationship between husband and wife is at all the three levels: physical, mental, and spiritual. It depends on all the three. Whereas this one, sakhanoasi paramancha bandhuhu, it is 100% spiritual relationship between us, the Satchits, and the Satchidananda. Eternal, always. Here, the Sharira Indriya Manas is not a matter to be considered. It's not there. Once the Sharira Indriya Manas comes, the best relationship is between husband and wife. When we go beyond this Sharira Indriya Manas, the relationship is spiritual relationship, and that is eternal between Satchit and Satchidananda. Sakha, the same word is there. Bandhu, we are bound, and this bondage is forever eternal. It never gets severed, it never gets cut. But all other relationships, whatever we have, whatever we are able to experience in one life, it is all cut, it's all severed, it comes to an end with death. Because all these relationships are through Sharira Indriya Manas only. Any relationship. Husband and wife, brother, sister, father, mother, take anything. My house, my money, my car, my this, my that. It's all through Sharira Indriya Manas. If Sharira Indriya Manas is not there, no relationship gets established. Because Sharira Indriya Manas is the agent or is the media for all these relationships. Once it is gone, all relationships are gone. Now the only relationship which is not through the medium of Sharira Indriya Manas is a relationship between the Satchit and the Satchidananda. That's purely a spiritual relationship. And it is forever. And this relationship is so fine, so wonderful. It's a friendship and it's a relationship. And the best, Paramam Chabandhu, Paramam Sakha. Sakhanoasi Paramancha Bandhu. So these are realities, truths, what we have to realize, what we have to understand, visualize. Then we'll be able to prioritize our relationships. And our working for these relationships will be different and perfectly on priority. Most of the time we get into problems, we get into suffering, we get into difficulties because we have not laid down our priorities right. That's the problem. Wherever, whenever we place our realities, these priorities well, yes, we are comfortable, we are happy, we can enjoy peace and bliss. So setting up the priorities right is the crux of the whole matter. And these two pieces give the right place for the priorities. The relationship between Satchidananda and the Satchit is the highest priority, and the relationship between husband and wife is the next priority. And this should be understood by both husband and wife. If one person realizes this, it will not work out. If both realize, okay, they say, okay, I'm your relative, I'm your friend. This is the best in human life when we are in Sharira Indriya Manas, but beyond it, both of us have a good friend and relative in Satchidananda. This very realization of both husband and wife that we are related to Satchidananda forever brings them together, brings them nearer. And the relationship in one human life will become more lofty. It will become very, very enjoyable because both of them know what their life is here with the Sharira Indriya Manas and the ultimate relationship with, the eternal relationship with Satchidananda. Both realize it. So this common realization between the two bring them together and makes the relationship still more better. Sakhanosi Paramancha Bandhu. Such words are there in several Veda mantras. It says, you are our best relative. You are our best bondage, but bondage between us is so fine. You are the one who has been responsible for creating the Sharira, the Manas, for we Sachits, for our sadhana. You are the one who has created this sadhana kshetra, this world, this universe. And you are the one who has been giving guidance for our sadhana in the form of Vedas. Such words are there. Sano bandhur janita savidhata dhamani veda bhuvanani vishwa. This is a piece of another Veda mantra. Sano bandhu janita, it says, you are our best relative. The bondage between you and us is so wonderful, and no bondage is equal to this, because this is an eternal bondage. It's not for one day, it's not for one life. Life after life, this bondage between Sachit and Sachinanda continues. Naha bandhuhu. Janita, you are the creator. Jani pradurbhave. When I say creator, it's not the Sachidananda creating Sachit. No. We have discussed sufficient number of times. Sachidananda, Sachit and Sat, they are eternal. Anadi, Ananta, three entities. And what is this creation we have to understand as? It is creation of this universe and the Sharira Indriya Manas for the sake of Sachits by Satchidananda. That's the creation. Not the creation of Sachit, but the creation of everything for Sachit. So you are the creator, you are responsible for it. And because you are given this world, the sadhana kshetra, the sadhana marga, and the sadhana, yes, I am able to do it. You are our savior. You are our best friend. You are our best relative. So words like this are there in many, many places, and they are all complementary to one another. And together we have to understand these sentences, not in isolation. All these pieces of Veda mantras have to be studied together. One may be from Rig Veda, one from Atharva Veda, one from yujir Veda, Samveda, that doesn't matter. They are all complementary to one another. We take it. Then our understanding of the subject will be complete, comprehensive. So this is about this. Sano bandhur janita savidhata. The same thing here it is expressed as sakhano asi paramancha bandhuhu. That is Atharva 5:11:11. What we have to understand here is, these Veda mantras are never, I repeat, are never superfluous in nature. They are so deep. They are so deep in their content. They are so deep in their expression. They are so deep in their complementary nature. And if you understand them rightly, yes, they just touch our heart. And it gives us all the motivation for our spiritual progress. Of course, that's the purpose of human life. That's the purpose of Vedas. And they never discriminate. They never discriminate. But so many other traditions, we've got a lot of problems. In some traditions, it is male dominated. In some traditions, it is female dominated. But here there is no question of domination at all. It is a question of friendship. A friendship for whole life. At all the three levels, physical, mental, and spiritual. And it also speaks of other relationships which are eternal in nature. This is reality. Once we realize this reality, yes, a lot of confusions, a lot of dominations, a lot of exploitations will come to an end. We realize what life is. We tread the right paths. And whoever is treading the path with us Yes, they will also be happy, we'll make them happy, and in turn, they also make us happy. It's a wonderful way of living. And when you understand the relationship, the eternal relationship, yes, our journey throughout, even through lives and lives, even through janmas and janmas, yes, we'll be comfortable and happy. But have to realize it. We are never alone. We are never alone. In this janma, we are with relationships along with that eternal relationship. And over janmas, that eternal relationship continues and we are never alone. Or always with that Satchidananda. Always. Anywhere, anytime, any condition. Now this understanding that this Satchidananda is always with us under any condition and any circumstance and any birth gives us all the impetus to be self-confident, gives all the boldness to face things. Because we are not alone. We always have one great friend with us. That is Sakhanosi Paramancha Bandhu. We have a great relative in Satchidananda. We are never alone. With such a friend, with such a relative, yes, we will have the strength to face anything in this world. Anything. So there is a self-confidence what we get. Provided we realize this. In lives, in one life with a wonderful partner. That's for wife, it's a husband, for husband, it's a wife. They can be so confident, both of them together, and they can thrive well in this life. They'll be able to face anything in this life with confidence, with valor, with cooperation, with friendship, because they are together, they are not alone. Any problem, any difficulties for both, they tackle it together. Partnership, joint venture, togetherness, friendship. It's an excellent state, it's an excellent condition that we can imagine in the present life and lives to come. Once again, I'm stressing, it is all possible only when we realize the nature of this relationship and prioritize them. Okay, thank you for the day. I got several other things which we'll discuss in the coming sessions. Namaste.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.